Yes, that is our sound effects for tonight. Very exciting. Thanks everyone for watching and listening to another episode of Open Shutter. We've been off for the past couple of weeks because, I don't know, summer, fall, holidays, whatever you want to call it, but we're back now with a lineup of guests and pleasure of welcoming Claire aboard. And if you don't know Claire, I don't think I've ever met someone more passionate and more energetic about photography than Claire. So Claire is a great way to start off our fall programming. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to chat about Claire's journey as a photographer, what inspires her, what photos she likes to take, anything that she wants to talk about. It's her show. So if you're watching from Claire's side and you don't know what's going on, I try to do this show every Wednesday night and try to bring on someone that's into photography or video or painting or whatever it is that you make. Just come on and you can talk about your journey as a creator, which I think there's power to that, because I think people can take away something from it if you're also a creator. Because I'll just speak from personal experience. I guess that's stuck in my own head sometimes, and hearing someone else from a different perspective sometimes unlocks something and helps you kind of get over that hurdle. So that's one reason why I do this show this way. But yeah, make sure you check out the channel, subscribe, follow Open Shutter YouTube on Instagram, do all the things, all the bells, all the stuff. And thanks for watching and listening. I don't want to take too much of Claire's time. So Claire, for the people that don't know you, maybe a quick intro about yourself.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So, hi everyone, and to any of the ones who are Filipino, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. I am, my actual name is Clarice Vergara, but I go by the name Claire. I am originally from Niagara Falls. Now I am based in Scarborough, Ontario. I am a self-taught photographer after watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos.
Yeah, YouTube University.
Yeah, YouTube University.
I am also a graduate of that.
Yeah, awesome. Now, how I started in photography is that I was actually inspired by my former partner, and my very first camera in my passion of photography is a Canon T6 Rebel, which is a DSLR, and fell in love with it. That was actually my graduation present in 2019. Now, COVID happened and we couldn't head out, but then I noticed that my camera was just collecting dust. So, so I'm like, you know what? As soon as restrictions were lifted, I decided to go out and take some photos. I started out with macro, and then I developed into street photography, and then I was asked to do a couple events, some freelance, some portraits. So pretty much, I wanted to try a little bit of everything. Now, it didn't actually take off till about December 2021 when I joined or attended the Canon Canada. I think it was a Christmas themed photo walk at the Distillery District, and that's where I met all sorts of other creatives within the GTA. And I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm part of the group. And afterwards, I joined more meetups. There's one with Toronto diversity fashion meetups, Get Out Shoot, and all other ones that are just advertised on Instagram. If you are on Instagram, my Instagram handle is the username here, Shutterbug Claire. And some of the photographers that I worked with was, I think there was one with Nicole Taku Kumabe, who is a local photographer and a Nikon ambassador. I've watched Peter McKinnon, Pat Kay, Mark McGee, Jason Vong, Kenneth Hines. And then, of course, one of my highlights was actually being featured by Canon Canada on Facebook for my picture of Moraine Lake, which is like, I was just like awesome. Very, very honored to have that. You know,
that's like, also a subtle mic drop. Like I would put that all over the place. Oh, by the way, I was
Yeah, I still have it pinned to this day. That, oh my god, thank you, Canon
Yeah.
Canada, for featuring my photo, because like
Nice. That's
it
good.
was it was a random day. Like I was checking my phone,
Yeah.
and then I remembered, wait a minute, I submitted a photo the week before with Kenneth. So I'm like, okay, just browsing, and then all of a sudden I see this post. It
Yeah.
was for World Photography Day.
Yeah.
And to those who don't know about Moraine Lake, it's located in around Calgary, Alberta, one of the most photographed lakes in Canada.
Yeah.
And so when I was looking at that post through Canon Canada Facebook, I see that picture of Moraine Lake, and I'm thinking, where whose picture is that? And then that's when I found out, when I saw my
Yeah.
watermark. So it was mine.
Oh,
So I'm like, oh my god, like I was screaming literally
yeah. No, no,
at
I
my
would
bed.
too. I would
Yeah.
too. Also,
And
just good call with having that watermark on.
yes, because a lot of these days, I think you would agree that there's a lot of people that would just take your work and
Yeah.
not
Oh
get
yeah.
credit.
It
You know what I
happens. Yeah.
mean?
100%.
So like I always tell like my friends that if you're planning to use my photo, please do keep the watermark. Or if you're on Instagram, just tag my
Yeah.
username, that photo
Mhm.
photographer Shutterbug Claire, no problem. Um, I heard stories from other photographers like, hey, like my photo is being used, but I'm not being credited for it. Like, why? Why are you doing this? You
Mm.
know, you know what I mean? And then like for past little while, like I just been like I was just been spending time like doing like a whole bunch of street, like
Yeah.
long exposures,
Yeah.
nights,
Exactly. You want to see what you like. Yeah, you want to see. I think there's a lot of pressure with with people trying to get like niches down, but
Mhm.
when you're just starting, like I think it's important to try out a whole slew of niches because you don't know what you don't know until you do it, right? So,
Yes,
and
exactly.
also even when you've been doing it for a while, it's also nice just to like do other because I'll speak from personal experience. Like I get bored sometimes of doing the same thing over and over again. So I
Yeah.
like doing different things. Right?
Yes,
So people tell me, "Oh, you gotta have a niche." I'm like, "Yeah, I understand you have a niche, but like for me, it's like it's an escape, right? It's like a distraction. So I like to do things that I feel like doing, not do things that I feel like I have to do. But otherwise, it just becomes a job, basically.
that is actually quite a buzzword when you said
Yeah,
escape, because I work in the financial district in
yeah,
downtown Toronto, and I'm using my photography as an escape
yeah,
from it, like using it as my creative channel
yeah,
to show off my creative side.
yeah.
Like I know I've been with the arts, like I know when my family knows me, like they know like I sing and dance, and when I say singing, karaoke. um
Favorite song?
um I'm more of like a rocker, so like
Okay,
I love rock and roll by Joan Jett, Bon
nice.
Jovi,
Okay,
Journey, you
okay. These
know
are good
it.
ones. These are good. This I
Yeah,
think it should be a meetup at some point. Maybe
yeah,
like
like
wintertime when it's -20.
yeah, there was actually Nuit Blanc.
Yeah, yeah.
There is that karaoke one that was happening at the Queen, where it's
Mm.
the ultimate karaoke event, complete with backup dancers.
Next level. That's next
Yeah,
level stuff.
yeah, but don't worry, I didn't go because I was too busy at that time,
Yeah,
and that's the truth.
yeah,
Some people would say, "Claire, you're lying." Like, no, no,
yeah,
I didn't go. Like, I had errands to do that night,
yeah.
um, it did sound fun. I wish I would have gone. And there was that one comment from one guy, it's like, "Hey, where are my Filipinos at?"
Oh yeah.
So, but anyways, but yeah, going back to photography, that it started off though like on Facebook as like a collection of photos as photography therapy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
around 2019, like early 2019, when they got the camera, like I kept on just taking photos around the university. I went to
yeah,
Brock University in St. Catharines. And then just just playing around and see how it goes.
Yeah.
And then and when I realized, I'm like, you know what, like this is becoming a passion of mine. So I decided to create my own Facebook page, which is facebook.com/shutterbugclaire. um, and anything that has to do with the photography, they're all there. Everyone can view it, and you can comment, share with your friends, like, hey, she has this going on, like go and support her, and all.
Cool.
Support is always the
support is always encouraged.
Encouraged. Support is always the best,
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to go ahead and share some of my favorite photos.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm always so pumped up when I speak with you, because you always get me going. Like, I just want to do some cool stuff now. You just got that energy, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. You see the screen? Okay. So these are some of my recent photos. And I'm gonna put this on full screen here. Okay. So one of my favorite photos to do, one of my favorite things to do was street photography. So so this one was captured not too long ago. I think this past weekend. There was that protest in Iran because of Masa Amini, because she died in the hospital. She was arrested apparently by the morality police because she wore her hijab too loosely. And why did I take these photos is because it's current events, and I want to capture like their passion, that why are they protesting? What is their purpose of showing like what they care about?
Yeah.
So
great photos, by the way.
Thank you. And those masks reminds me of that, the YouTuber like Anonymous. Yeah, like that's what it reminds me of. But it's kind of very eye-opening, because these guys are standing up for what they believe in, and it's of course human rights, women's rights, right?
Oh yeah.
Then this one that I took, this was from a fundraiser event. This is with Beauty by Masayo Toronto Diversity Meetups. Her name is Emily. She was wearing her traditional Ukrainian dress. I don't know what is called officially, but it was very, very beautiful, and it was a fundraiser for Ukraine.
Yeah. Wow. Nice lighting too.
Thank you. This is actually from another photographer who actually brought her LED light, and like it was completely dark. We were in High Park, and as soon as she turned on her light, it was like, oh my god, thank you for the light. So all the photographers were just taking photos of her. Yeah.
Just casual.
Yeah, of course. And I love this one because it's one of the things that I learned from Taku, that the importance of putting things in the frame.
Yeah.
So 100%. What I usually think is like you have a subject and the environment. Whatever the subject and environment can be anything. It's just that like how you put that subject and the environment together. And that's your photo.
Okay, so you use like the tall grass or whatever as like the environment?
Yes.
Interesting.
And I like to tell like a story, like she's approaching from somewhere, and she's holding this lantern as a light of hope.
I try not to shoot eye level center, because you want to do something different, right? So what you did here was really good, because it creates an element of like mystery.
Yes.
Also she's not looking at the cameras, like she's looking somewhere else. So the viewer's like, where is she looking? Like, where is she going? Why is she holding a lantern? So it's a very
Exactly.
mysterious photo, which I like.
Yes. Yes. And then now I don't want to always do like the boring photos. Like this one was actually a reel with
Yeah.
with the 360 booth that I
Oh,
found at
cool.
Young Dundas Square.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, it was actually quite fun. Do apologize, it's freezing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
it was actually quite fun. I wish I had friends to do it with me, but it's still open to anyone. Like if you are open somewhere in
Yeah.
Young Dundas Square, let me know,
Yeah.
and then we can do something. I think he's still there every single weekend. This
Yeah.
guy with the
All right.
360 booth.
Shout out to the 360 guy.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Now, this one was actually
Love
inspired
those.
by
Nice.
one of the photographers that done it on Instagram. Like, I
Okay.
always look through Instagram for inspiration
Okay.
all the time.
Okay.
Um,
Like through
and
like the explore page, or where do you go to? Or use
so with
hashtags? Use the explore page, or use hashtags? Like how do you find stuff?
I usually just look at on Instagram. There's that magnifying glass,
Okay.
and then I just scroll through and see what I can find from there.
Okay.
Um, Sometimes, like I
Okay.
look at there's this photographer named Jonathan Gaze or J
Yeah.
Gaz.
Yeah.
His photos are always featured on Blog.to.
Yeah.
So I look into those to get some inspirational shots.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will look to Kenneth Hines, or also known
Hmm.
as Professor Hines.
Yeah.
He would do like reflection shots with street. So I would find something similar that is here in downtown Toronto, and
Cool.
then try to do something of my own.
Yeah. I dig it. So
Yeah.
did it just rain that day? Like what happened? Why is there so much water there?
Yes, actually, it did rain that day,
Always a good time
and
to take photos.
and I knew for reflection shots, like you have only a certain amount of time until the water
Yeah.
dries up. So I saw this, and I'm like, okay, get your camera,
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
find your composition, and
Yeah.
then take it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Or just carry like a 5-gallon jug of water with you at all times, just in
That,
case it dries up.
that too.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, And then there is this hike that I did not too long ago.
Nice.
Um, this is actually at the Niagara Gorge. Um,
Nice one.
and I am planning to go back to this
Is this the fall
because
spot that you spoke about offline?
yeah.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
one that I'm planning to do the fall one.
Yeah, okay. So it's a bit of a mission to get there, but I see, yes, you are right. It is worth it.
Yeah, it is worth it. Like, it's a couple trails that I had to go to, plus a set of stairs,
Yeah.
um, to go up and down on. But
Cool.
it's worth the hike. It's worth the soreness afterwards.
Yeah. No pain, no gain.
Exactly,
Love
exactly.
it. All right. Well, hopefully you get a banger out of that one when the leaves go.
Oh yeah, I'll be heading back. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one was actually taken at University Avenue.
Very film look.
Um,
It has a film look to it.
yeah, yeah. Um, so how I found this spot actually was during a lunchtime walk.
Nice.
So from my office window, I see this little nook, and I'm like, so where does that lead to? So I went there during the day on my
Yeah.
lunch,
Yeah.
and it was in between this office building and a hotel pool.
Huh.
Um, so
That's
I'm like, oh, okay, so this is an interesting spot to take photos. Um,
yeah.
and so I decided to go back one night, complete with a camera and my tripod,
Yeah.
and I took this shot. This actually
Nice.
during TIFF. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very, very moody.
Yes. I think that's a trend as well on the moody
It
shot.
almost looks like a painting.
It does.
Almost. Like it could pass for a painting almost. It's got that like just that I don't know that artistic kind of like
Mhm.
yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
Also like shout out to like lunch walks because you just see stuff. Because whenever like for me like when I used to work downtown, um, I used to do like a 30-minute challenge, right?
Hmm.
So and that's just a way to like to distract yourself from work for half an hour, and you just take your camera and shoot for half an hour
Yeah.
no matter
Yeah.
what. Like you just shoot stuff. It could be bad, it could be good, whatever. But at least you're in the process of focusing
Hmm.
your eyes, right? So just a
Yeah.
way to kind of get back into the groove of it if you're not in the groove. 15-minute challenge, 10-minute challenge, whatever the case is, but
Hmm.
highly recommend it.
Yeah, for sure. Lunchtime walks are always the
I love
best.
lunchtime walks. Yeah.
If it's not for photos, it's sometimes for your mental health
Yeah, it's
because
just for you. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
again, like I think it should always be for you first. I mean, I always say that, but that's just what I believe. Like, if you're not doing it for you first, then um, it may not go so well over a period of time because it's reality versus expectations, right? So if you're always trying to fulfill external expectations, like it's hard, right? Because you
mhm,
always think it's going to be something else when it's really not. If
yeah,
that makes any sense. So you just do it for you, and then
mhm.
for me, it's like you just do it for you, and like the rest will follow if you're consistent and you just keep doing it and keep going. I think the hardest part, honestly, is just to keep going sometimes.
Yeah,
So if you
that
just kind of
is.
keep going and just keep grinding and just like have like a discipline to it, things happen eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I know that I would constantly be out and about taking photos, but then sometimes you need to take care of yourself.
You
So
do. Oh yeah.
yeah,
You gotta
so
be careful, right?
yeah, like I would like if there's nothing that I am interested or not feeling to even take my photos, like I could just stay in bed and sleep in all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I recently got my drone. So
Love
this
it.
is actually a shot of historic old Fort Erie.
Love it. Great
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah. I remember it seeing in Google,
Mm,
I think a few years ago that if you take a photo above Old Fort Erie,
yeah.
you would see a star, which is
Oh
shown here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Um,
on purpose? I guess.
I think that's how they develop it. I mean,
Or is it like
historical.
a cookie cutter? They use like a giant cookie cutter and they just put it into the ground. They're just making like
Probably,
massive
probably,
cookies all of a sudden.
probably.
Maybe the dinosaurs ate the cookies. Who knows?
Probably, but I know for sure that this played a part of the history of the War of 1812.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
good shot.
yeah, and then
Love
of
that shot.
course, right there is like the Niagara River and
Yeah.
Lake Erie. And then across from there is Buffalo, New York.
Shout out Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Go Bills. Yeah, said that because that's the only thing I know about Buffalo and chicken wings, I guess.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Also Buffalo Sabres, but
And
they
the
don't.
Sabres. Yeah, I can't forget about the Sabres.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that like I don't know if they're the same level as the Leafs right now, but
In terms of like actual skill, they're a
yeah, like I'm
horrible
not a
team.
sports person, sport
They're no,
person, but
they're a bad team.
yeah, like I think they're always last. But I'm
Always.
sorry, Sabres fans. Okay, I'm not a
Sorry, Sabres
sports person.
fans.
Okay.
We love you.
Um. So there was this another meetup that I did
What?
with
Yeah,
I forget the group, but there were three models that I did with.
nice.
Um, this is one of my favorite
Like that.
shots right
Yeah,
here.
good
This is
frame there.
the like I love it. It's like very earthy, and she's like
Yeah,
she's kind of like coming out of the
yeah,
leaves.
yeah. I like how she's looking off camera too.
Yes,
Again,
yes,
it's got that mysterious element to it. Like, where is she looking? Where is she coming from? Where is she going? Like, why?
yes, yes.
Cool,
Like
I dig it. Very good.
Yeah, I was thinking of like editorial looks, and I know like when I was when I was like around my teens, I love to watch America's Next Top Model.
Yeah,
Sometimes I will watch the Miss Universe and look at all these photographs by those official photographers, and that's some of the stuff that I get inspiration from.
yeah, yeah.
It
It's good.
has to come somewhere.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's nice.
Then I have her. Her name is Hannah. The other one was Joanie.
Okay,
Then
nice.
yeah, like a um, very sincere, very sweet that I was going for. I mean, like she had this lovely white dress.
Yeah,
Think of it as like a simple fashion shoot for like a dress company or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think sometimes simple works though. Like I don't think it has to be so crazy elaborate like photo shoot. Like
Mhm.
sometimes simple is good, and just simple use of framing, like how you use like the rule of thirds here. You place it on the right side of the frame, right? So
Yes,
it's
yes.
good.
Yeah.
Simple is good.
Yeah. And then and this one again, like simple, but at the same
Yeah,
time, it's like it has
yeah,
an impact on it.
yeah.
So this is Sarah. I think she was one of the previous ones that you interviewed
Yep,
on this channel.
yep, yep. Who's on?
Yeah. Um, and again,
Nice.
I think I also took this from Taku because the workshop that I did with him, it was very helpful. It like a lot of tweaking here and there, and I kept that in my
Mhm.
mind, like the importance of having that subject in the frame and
Right,
in the environment.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
it works.
yeah.
Cool,
Um,
cool, cool.
yeah. And then of course, like I love taking
Let's get to the
photos.
good stuff, the food.
Yes, the food. Um,
Oyster
to those
Manila, let's go.
yeah, to those who don't know that, like we always have that every Friday chat with stay in and
Yeah,
Zoom with get out shoot,
yeah.
and I'm
We're always hungry when you
always
come on. We're always hungry when you come on.
yep, and I'm always featuring food,
Always.
and
It's good though. I like it.
and this one is actually from Taste of Manila.
Yeah.
So some of these ones are like these festivals,
Mm,
um, and I love like
love it.
featuring the culture.
Love it. What's your favorite food?
Favorite
Filipino
food
food.
in the
Filipino
Philippines?
Filipino food, yeah. What's your favorite dish?
Favorite dish?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this pork skewer, or we call it just some barbecue,
Yeah.
and I would eat like six of them in one sitting.
Yeah, I would too. Looks
Yeah,
really
like
good.
it's addicting. Second one would be what we call it is sinigang,
Mhm.
which is a sour soup, and then usually it's cooked with pork or fish, and you can add a radish,
Okay.
spinach, string beans on it, and a Hungarian pepper.
All right. Well, taste of Manila. Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Let's see.
wow.
Um, so and then this one, like I just saw this guy just posing yesterday.
Shout out to the TTC.
Yeah, TTC. Please, no more delays. Like yesterday, I was delayed for some reason, but anyway,
Come on, TTC.
um,
Take it. COVID's over. Let's do this then.
yeah. So this guy though, he was just standing at the post, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do a really cool
Yeah.
street photo of him. So
Yeah.
I said, stay there and
Is
let
that
me take the
what
photo.
what he said?
He said, okay, okay, and he said, and and then when he saw it, and it's like, oh, that's awesome. And then of course we exchanged photo info, um, and I was able to send it to him.
Yeah, cool. Very
Yeah.
good.
This one I love, love,
Nice.
love.
Jeez. That's a
Yes,
banger. That's a banger, Claire.
yes. This was around the Labor Day
This
weekend.
this here, Toronto?
No, it is not in Toronto. This is in Ryerson Park, Niagara on the Lake.
Oh.
So shout out to the ones in Niagara.
Yeah. Shout out to the
um,
person swimming
yeah.
for you.
Um, yeah. This one here, I was going for like the minimalistic look. Like I
Yeah.
know
That
a lot of
person just
people do the sunset look, but then I
Mhm.
see this person here.
Yeah,
Um,
totally makes the shot. Totally
yeah,
makes the shot. Did that
yeah.
person see you?
No, like I think she was looking at the distance, but looking to her to their
So
left.
good. I just love how she's halfway in the water.
Yeah,
Was it shallow where she was, or was it deep? Like,
I think it was shallow.
yeah, it's just like I don't know. Like the symmetry to it is so good.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And then of course I have this one, just the simple.
Yeah, but see how the person makes it though?
Yeah,
The person
exactly.
makes that photo.
Like, let's go back to
100%.
it.
100%.
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
put that person in every single sunrise photo now, Claire. You gotta Photoshop that person in every single one.
Yeah, I would have to now.
That person just following you around.
Yeah, like or if I know that person, like, hey, like just give me your info, we'll talk. We'll
Yeah,
talk.
we'll talk. Don't ask questions. Just show up and swim. What?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Nice. Very good.
Um I remembered in this one get out shoot, we were at Toronto Botanical Gardens. Someone mentioned about this meta sequoia tree. They say that it was extinct, but there's this tree. It was a
Nice
meta sequoia tree.
nice edit, Claire. I really like the
Thank
edit
you.
here. Like, it's good. It's
Thank
again
you.
almost like a painting.
Thank you.
Damn.
um, I think how I like it is because it looks like something haunted. Like I can edit
Yeah.
this to make it dark and
Yeah.
Halloween.
Make it Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah, like I see that this eye
Yeah.
here.
Totally. It's a totally
Yeah,
Halloween candidate for sure.
yeah, and then it's kind of like the leaves can act like little brain cells. You know that
Yeah.
this is
Well, you
alive.
should make a note. You should flag this for a future edit.
Yes, I will for sure edit that.
Yeah.
Um, these are like a lot of my macro photos. Like these flowers here. Um, I actually have a calendar
Okay.
that I release. It's more like more of the greenery
Okay.
as and those are like my first shots as a photographer with the T6 Rebel.
Okay. And do you
So
still have this calendar? Can people find this calendar? Are you
yeah,
selling this calendar?
I do sell this calendar. I have a link in my Instagram
Okay.
where you can buy it.
Okay.
I'll show you that in a bit. Show you more photos. This is also one of my favorite photos here of the good around because
Graham,
of
yeah.
the long exposure and
You get some
the
good ones there.
glow from the lights. You
Yeah.
know.
So Gooderham always gives, especially when there's no construction there.
Oh my God.
And the
I
scaffolding and the fences, it just ruins the shot. So
I I was actually there one time and I see like all this construction. I'm like, no, nope, not there.
yeah,
Never mind.
I know it's always under construction.
Yeah. Um and then of course one of my
Yeah.
favorite shots is this one here of BBT. I love the details and how she positioned herself. Like she's heavily tattooed, and I
Mhm.
wanted to feature some of those, like how she positioned herself.
Yeah. It's like,
I like, I love.
yeah, no, it's good.
Again, I'm always thinking of editorial. Like,
Yes.
how can I feature this photo
Yeah.
in a way that people will like it as well? Like, can you do it as
Yeah.
a calendar? Can you use it
Mm.
as a editorial? You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
So that's the way you kind of approach shots.
Yeah. I also post like some shots of like of favorite creators. Like this one is with Elliot Chow. He is a travel photographer.
Yeah.
And this one is with Scott Backen.
He looks very surprised. Or was he yawning or something?
Yeah, no, like he was surprised. He wanted to do that photo.
Mm,
Scott Backen is actually
yeah.
a Canon ambassador, and he
Yeah.
is a founder of a community called Socality. He
Yeah.
often hosts these workshops online and also in person
Mm,
for basically anybody, regardless of brand. I know
hmm,
there's like a big brand war out there, but
yeah.
regardless of whatever brand you shoot with, you're still a photographer.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. You still got to put in the work, right?
exactly. And then this really great shot of Andrew Fung
Yeah.
from Kim's Convenience and Run
Yeah.
the Burbs.
Yeah. I
Yep,
dig it.
yep.
Capturing the moment.
Yes, yes. Um, I remembered seeing him at this was at the Pride Parade. I remember seeing him at like Blue or Young, but he didn't.
Hmm.
But he didn't. He was already taking a photo with someone else. Then
Yeah.
I went to Young Dundas Square where it was ending, and
Yeah.
then I knew that he was still coming, so I yelled at Andrew Fong, and then this was the perfect moment.
That's funny. Well, you
Yeah.
got to do it. You got to get its attention,
Yes.
or else the moment's gone, right?
Mm-hmm. Um, and then
Okay.
these ones are freelance stuff.
Okay.
These are from Benoit Night Market, which is the first ever held street market for Filipino food in Scarborough.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So just like this one, again with food,
Damn.
this is the lechon or the pork suckling pig, which
Damn.
is well known, which is it's it's so good, but also it's bad for your health.
Bad for you? Yeah. Well.
It's like because it's so like greasy and it's fried and everything, but
Mhm.
at the same time,
That looks so good, though.
it is. It is.
Damn. Damn.
Again, like it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. No. You're selling me on it. It's good.
We should go to like a food trip one time at Little Manila in
Yeah.
Bathurst and Wilson for sure.
Oh,
We're
we gotta do it.
live there.
Yeah. No. I had. No. I had. Like it has to happen. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the other ones. This one, I
Nice.
I used the edit by Kenneth Hines. Like I was looking at how he edits his photos and his
Yeah.
style, so I
Yeah.
tried to mimic that. And
Mm.
of course, I did get a like from Professor Hines
There
himself,
you go.
and got a feature.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is awesome.
That's awesome.
And it's also risky
Is it?
because
Why is it risky?
the reason why it's risky is because like you're taking a shot of somebody on a train, and it's
Yeah.
also a bit of a privacy concern.
Yeah.
Um,
Was
but
she the only person there on the train? And you? Or were there other people there?
I think there was only like 5 people on the train. It was empty. It was
So did
empty.
you do like a quick shot, or did you have
Oh
to?
yeah, yeah. It's a quick shot. Like I had my camera on hand. I'm
Yeah.
like take a photo of her and then put it
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
basically.
Well, it worked.
Yeah,
'Cause it looks
exactly.
like she's the only person there, right? So it's got that
It looks like she is the only person.
apocalyptic mood to it.
Yeah,
The subway isn't even working; it's just like there.
yeah. I think I took that when it was that sunrise meetup by one of the photographers.
Yeah.
So I was just heading home, and I'm like, it was still early in the morning, and I see this lady there, did the quick shot, and then I just put it back.
Well, you
Yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yep, exactly. And of course, there's this photo of
Casual.
Moraine Lake.
Jeez. Nice.
Yeah,
Again, it looks like a painting.
yeah,
What do
it,
you use
it
to edit?
does.
What program do you use to edit photos?
Lightroom Classic.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time I look this photo, I have actually a copy of this on my office desk. It With this picture alone, it makes me look it makes it look like the clouds are moving. Every
Yeah.
time I look at it, it looks
Yeah.
like the clouds are
It
moving.
looks, yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And I did say like that for this one when I was talking about this picture, to me this is my Moraine Lake photo. Like you
Yeah.
always see 100 photos of the exact
Yeah.
same photo, but
Hmm.
if you capture one that is of your own, that's where you can say I'm a photographer and I took this photo.
Yeah. Well, I
Like
mean,
the
it does.
real.
Like, I know, like this, like the saying, right? But I mean, that like that's the challenge of like, how do you shoot something that's been shot a billion times, right? That's
Exactly.
the challenge.
and
So
not and not to mention when I took this photo, I think it was the Monday, um when my family
yeah.
was there for a week. The road just opened to Moraine
Okay.
Lake, so on our way there you can see snowbanks right beside it.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
um and to those who don't know,
Yeah.
that Moraine Lake Road is closed every winter due to avalanche. So they usually
Right.
open it like late May till October. So they're probably closing it sometime this month for this season.
Yeah. It's good to
Yeah,
know
yeah,
before you go.
yeah. So
Great
anyone who
photo.
wants to
Yeah.
go
I mean,
to Moraine Lake, you go now. You go now.
gotta go now, like tonight. Finish watching the show and then leave.
Yeah, book that ticket
And the
with
message there on IG for tips.
yeah, book that ticket with either WestJet or Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Shout out WestShot.
yeah, yeah, WestJet. Yeah, thanks for the ride, by the way.
Yeah. Thanks for sponsoring this show. No, I'm just joking. Not yet. It's coming though.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll be
hopefully
doing the show live from Moraine Lake at one point.
that'll be awesome though.
Yeah, in the middle of an avalanche too. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, like we're doing this live. We're trapped in the snow
Yeah,
due to avalanche.
whatever. Hey, Claire, whatever it takes for views. Okay, whatever it takes for views at this point.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So yeah, it's like get more stuff with
Jeez, jeez.
yes. Um Again, like I'd
Yeah,
went ham like
gotta go ham though. Look at the photo,
person.
the bottom middle with all the cars. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how easy it is.
yep.
Yeah,
Like that's just at a random park because
yeah,
we were waiting for our gondola time.
yeah,
Um and uh, and our time was at 2 p.m. We just
yeah.
finished lunch, and it was just only 1 o'clock. So my parents were like, you know what? Let's just kill some time, take some photos, and then we go back up to the gondola.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm just gonna scroll through the. It was actually a random garden in in Banff, but
Oh,
pretty.
okay.
Um, and this
Oh,
is like
it's
the typical iconic shot of downtown Banff.
so imposing, isn't it?
Sorry.
It's quite imposing. The
Yeah.
mountain, like it's just looks like it's almost gonna like roll down the road.
Yeah, yeah, I would see that too. But again, like if you probably see the photo, you see the lamppost in each side
Yeah,
again with my framing and symmetry.
yeah. No, it's good. Just yeah, the great outdoors.
The great
The great
outdoors.
outdoors. Canada has so much to offer, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help it, but I had to take this one.
Another boring Instagram opportunity. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, like we were just looking, just taking
it's
random
fun.
photos, and then all of a sudden we see the sign, another
Yeah.
boring Instagram
I guess they
opportunity.
know that this is a famous.
Yeah, they know it's very iconic, this Peace Bridge here.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, because of the architecture.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great for a model shoot too, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Model shoot.
Yeah.
of course, this is one of my favorite photos of me and my mom. Like,
Oh,
that's my
nice.
mom over there, and this is
Cool.
me.
Love it.
And I said, like, that feeling of conquering something big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
taken by my
journey.
dad.
It's the
Yeah.
journey. The journey, not the destination.
Yes, exactly. Fun fact, like, this trip for Calgary was the pandemic one, because we always see photos coming from Alberta
Hmm.
and Banff and Lake Louise and
Yeah.
Moraine Lake,
Yeah.
and we're saying, hey, let's go to Calgary. But I know from my parents that it's gonna take 2 additional years, and they would say, hey, let's go to Calgary. And I said,
Yeah.
you know what, enough.
Yeah.
I bought tickets to go to Calgary for Christmas last year, so that's how it came about.
Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
exactly. And then this is actually one of the shots from Get Out and Shoot.
Oh,
Um, it was back in May,
yeah.
and it was a night one across like towards we. I think what we did is like we met at Union Station,
Yeah.
and then up to Spadina, and then along Dundas, and then Young Dundas Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good walk, isn't it?
Yes, it was. It was a lot of fun actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to go in a group too, right?
Yeah. I think this one is Cake Logic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My friends. Yep.
Yeah.
That's me. And then
Yeah.
someone had like the
Ryan,
smoke
Ryan,
stick.
Ryan had it.
Yeah, Ryan. And the entire group.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good times, eh?
Good times. Like I can't
Good
wait to go
time.
back. Like I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is actually also from
Oh,
uh
jeez. Did that? Wow. Did you just wait for that bird to go, or that bird just was there?
you know what? A little bit of both.
Jeez, Claire. I mean, look, talk about symmetry there.
Yeah, like that right moment right there with the seagull just flying in
My
between. It
God.
was
Like, look at that symmetry, though. Like, jeez.
perfect.
Like, someone
Perfect.
would say that's Photoshop, but it's not.
No, no, no. It's not Photoshop, friends. It's
That's a
the real thing.
jeez.
Yeah.
Look at like, oh, it doesn't even make any sense. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think during that time um, I was with my dad. He's also a hobbyist photographer. And but then like after him seeing my photos, he's asking, so how do you take that? Like literally, how do you take that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like kind of teaching
Yeah.
them, like just the simple things,
Yeah.
I see him that he wanted to take pictures of the seagull, like
Right.
he says that he want to take a picture of when the seagull is flying down to catch food and then grabbing it after, and then grabbing it and flying afterwards. Like I told
Yeah.
them, like, okay, this is how you do it. There's this setting and that setting, and then you should be okay. Although I do get jealous with my dad, because he has this Nikon camera that has like 900 times zoom or something. It was like one of those P900, something like that. And there's a one time that it was like the full moon. He was able
Yeah.
to get textures
Oh
of the
yeah.
moon from his camera.
What?
Yeah, like it's
Just
insane.
take the camera.
Yeah, like
Just take it. It's your dad.
Yeah, yeah, basically, like he's happy with what he does. And I've been asking him, Dad, like, why don't you open your own Instagram account so that you
Yeah.
can just feature
Yeah.
um, all your um, all your photos?
Yeah.
I mean, um,
Shutterbug dad. That should be the handle.
yeah, exactly. All I have to do is just tell me your handle, and then I'll promote it on mine, so
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone can
Exactly.
follow you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it, having this exposure like is important to any a photographer. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? So
Oh yeah, it's hard. Like we were just saying offline, like there's just so much going on. It's hard to get noticed, right? Like it's hard to get attention. It's hard to, So
yeah,
that's why like being in a group, like some sort of like collective or community is important because that's how you learn and like meet people, and
yeah,
that's how I
yeah.
learned. You just because I mean, you it's when you first start out, there's so much to understand and so much to learn that it gets a little bit overwhelming. So if you
Hmm.
meet people in like a positive environment and just keep doing it,
Hmm.
you'll learn, right? Because there's only so much YouTube you can watch until you have to actually drive the car now. You just can't be in the passenger. So you actually have to drive the car and understand how to do things. And
Right.
that's just by doing it, like your dad, right? Just do it.
Yeah. Or
Because
what Taku had told me is that don't always stick with YouTube videos. There is a difference
yeah,
between watching someone
yeah,
versus doing it yourself.
100%. I think it's a totally different ballgame when you do it yourself. Because and also like you can get like inspiration and tips and tricks from people, but until you actually do it, you don't actually know your style, right?
Exactly.
Like we
Yeah.
were just talking about like your photo of Moraine Lake, like how are you going to shoot that different? It's been shot a billion times. So once
Hmm.
you kind of know your style and like how you approach things, then that's how you kind of like set yourself apart.
That's right.
Um, but at the same time, you got to like do it for yourself, right? You got to take that picture of Moraine Lake for you and not for anyone else. And people like it, cool, but it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like it's a good feeling for you. It's like, yes, I got it. I did what I wanted to do, and then you put it out there and just see what happens, right? But
Yeah, exactly.
so
Like I said, that photo of a moraine lake, it's done multiple times, and even Scott said in one of his workshops that, oh, there's that picture of moraine lake. It's the exact same thing. Um, the challenge is like, how can you take a most photographed lake and make it
yeah,
your own?
yeah, exactly, and that's also how you just set yourself apart as a photographer, right?
Yeah.
That's how you get into like paid work, freelance work. That's why people will pay you because they know that you can do something different, right? So
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's
Exactly.
there's all these steps that get you to that level, but I mean, all
Mhm.
those steps are important. I was just talking with someone the other day about just like, doing like small little whatever, not like silly projects, but just projects for you. And if you do
Mhm.
silly project, like even during COVID, I was taking pictures of fruit, right?
Yeah.
Like the early days of COVID, like March and April of 2020, I was taking pictures of fruit, but I was trying to do it my way, like using like different backgrounds and textures and lighting and again, it's a silly example, but you know, if someone were to ask me, can you make an apple look different? Maybe I can because I've practiced, right?
Yeah.
So there's ways to like separate yourself and not by doing crazy projects, but by doing silly not silly, but just like small things at home that you can do because it trains your mind to
Yeah.
think that
Exactly.
way, right? So when you train your mind to think in a certain way, you can apply it to like bigger and bigger projects.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
A good example of that was one of my very first photos was actually a picture of a donut,
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean. Exactly.
yeah, and
You have it?
how can I'm actually looking for it right now, but I but what I did to that is how can I feature this donut
Yeah,
but my way, like how can I
exactly.
feature it like
Yeah,
how
totally.
can I feature it like say differently from like for example the person who or the bakery that did that photo.
Yeah,
So I'm actually looking for
100%.
it right now. Um,
100%. It's actually a good
um,
example because, donuts, I mean, you never know. Maybe you'll get some freelance gig with a donut company because they've seen your work. You never
yeah,
know. You never know what can happen, right? Especially when you tag like local businesses, they may like it and they may, hey,
yeah,
what's your rate? Or you want to come in and do something. But
yeah, for sure.
uh,
So here I'm gonna share my
oh,
screen really quickly here. So this one here. So this is the one that I was talking about.
Nice.
This donut here, and I'm thinking, okay, so how can I feature it? And all I'm thinking is about like food magazines. So like
Exactly. Rule of thirds
this.
there too.
Sorry, what's that?
Rule of thirds are used.
Yeah, yep.
That's good.
Like and speaking of the rule of thirds, like you can't always put something in the middle. Like you need to add interest to
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like and I think right after this photo, it's gone in like 5 seconds.
It'd be if it was me, it'd be gone during the shoot. Be half a donut there, or
Yeah.
maybe a quarter of a donut
Yeah.
there left.
Yeah, like this is actually a vegan donut by Beechwood Donuts in
All right,
St.
shout out
Catharines.
Beachwood Donuts. Thanks for sponsoring this show. We'll be looking forward to the 3 pack of donuts you sent our way.
Yeah, please. Like this is their chai latte donut. So if you're listening, please send us some. Please
Hey,
send us some.
Beachwood, let's go away.
But yeah. Also, this is actually my actual website. It's
Okay.
www.shutterbugclaire.com. This is
Okay.
my professional photography website, and you can also check out the shop where I have my calendar being sold there.
Yeah.
So feel free to go there.
Go check out Claire's work and go support. We're coming up to the hour, so I don't want to take too much of your time, Claire. So maybe we'll end off with: do you have like one tip for people that are just starting out in photography? One tip for people.
One tip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say don't be afraid taking risks and have fun with it, because you would never know where it's gonna end up.
It's good, eh?
Yeah.
So true though. Like it's
very true.
Because I mean, like, what's the worst that can happen? Like nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, like if you have the worst thing can happen, it's like probably a bruise here and there, but you're fine. You can heal up fine.
Yeah, I think especially on social media or whatever, like there's a lot of pressure to have like home runs all the time with like work, be it whatever, photo, video, whatever the work is. Like there's always pressure to like create bangers all the time, but you can't have a banger every single time. Like it's impossible.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of pressure for people to like have that every single post, but like just go have some fun, right? Like we were just saying at the start, like maybe bringing it back to the start, like it's in its purest form. It's an escape in its most basic form. It's an escape, right? So
start with like something small, like a donut or a piece of fruit, like you mentioned.
Just keep your mind like keep your mind like focused on like the task at hand, right? Because it can be quite overwhelming at times to create something crazy good, where it can be just a simple thing, and you never know. And sometimes like the simple stuff you feel really good about, because maybe sometimes you might have overlooked that idea because it was way too simple. You wouldn't even consider it. But I think sometimes simple is really good. But anyway, Claire, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so thanks again for doing this.
Hey, you're welcome. Anytime.
Again, because I'm always so pumped up when we speak, because it's like I've never met anyone more like have more energy with photography than you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Crazy good. So thanks everyone for watching, listening. Subscribe for more Open Shut episodes. Next week, different guests. It'll be fun. And thanks again, Claire.
All right. You're welcome. Like and subscribe.
Claire knows the deal. And thanks everyone. And we'll see you next week. That's it.
Bye.